We're excited. We're going to dive into this conversation about both of our abortion experience, but really I want to highlight Chaina today. So thanks for being willing to do this and just kind of share your story with our faith family. You had an unexpected pregnancy. Kind of what was going through your mind?
That's easy. Terror. Terror was going through my mind. Denial.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be pregnant. I couldn't be pregnant. I was brought up in the church. And then there was fear. And then after fear, it was just complete desperation.
Yeah.
Absolute desperation. I felt alone. I didn't know who to talk to. And my mind was just scrambling. I was trying to figure out, how do I get out of this situation?
Yeah. And that's so common for women that are in an unexpected pregnancy. In my case, it was very much the same. Very young, totally unexpected. And I love that you mentioned the church. The statistics of people that identify as evangelical Christians and those that have like no faith background, the statistics are almost the same as far as the percentage of people that are having abortions.
Yes.
And Chaina and myself are part of those numbers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, and in my case, it was a product of a rape. So I was kind of more the justified, you know, and the Lord really revealed to me that it wasn't justified, and it's still, you know, it is taking a life and the effects that it has, but it is that fear and that terror. And what is the church going to say? And it's the shame and the guilt of the enemy.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
When did you know that you needed healing from that abortion experience?
Well, it's funny because I decided to work with Hope. Because it felt close to home. It was something that I knew a lot about. When you go through Hope, they ask you if you've ever had an abortion. And so I answered yes. But what I didn't know is if you have had an abortion, you have to go through it's called Hope Restored, and it is a post-abortion recovery.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just felt like, I'm fine. That was years ago. I don't need to do that.
Yes.
Let me just get in and start working with the girls, you know, working with the women. I don't need this. Yeah. So
you're okay till you're not okay.
Right.
Like you think you're okay, and then it's like, wait.
Right.
You
don't know what you don't know. You don't know that you're in bondage until you see what freedom is.
Yeah. Tell me what it was like before you went through Hope Restored, and then what, if anything, what were the changes kind of afterwards, after going through that?
Before Hope Restored, I didn't realize that I was so very numb inside.
Yeah.
And so, you know, after I went through Hope Restored, it was like night and day. It was like night and day. God doesn't want us to be numb. He wants us to be the opposite of numb.
Yeah.
How can we be compassionate and kind and gentle? How can we do those things if all we're thinking about is protecting ourselves? So that wall of defense had to come off, and you know, that's just a product of the other lie, that having an abortion, hey, it's fine. You just get rid of the problem and then the problem is over. Yeah. The problem is not over, it just takes a new form. Yeah. And it's going to show up in your life in other ways that can be extremely harmful for you, for your family, your future spouse, your future children. It just soaks into every aspect of your life.
If you get an abortion, it's not this simple. This is what the side effects, what the symptoms are.
Right.
No one really talks about that.
Right.
I know it wasn't explained to me when I went to the abortion clinic.
Absolutely.
That wasn't talked about at all.
Right.
So that's what's beautiful about the ministry that Hope does, is that they really break down in a loving way, non-judgmental, not forcing you to make a decision, but it's like, hey, if you decide to go this way, listen, this is the reality of what can face.
Right.
And they've had women that if they don't choose life, hey, we do have something like Hope Restored.
Yes.
That can, so I love that it's full circle, right?
Absolutely.
If you choose life, we have resources for you. And even if you don't, hey, the Lord still loves you.
Right.
There is healing, there is forgiveness, and you truly can walk in freedom from that.